all right. Hello? Oh, Margaret, just hang on a tick, will you? Oh, sorry.
That was my line.
What? Oh, sorry,
It was twice. Do I get a turn?
I'll just take this call. Come in.
You sure? I mean, if it's a bad time.
Oh, it's just the surgeon. Won't be a sec. Sorry. Hello? Yes, Margaret. Yeah? Oh, yes, well, tell them I'll call in on the way to evening surgery. All right, thanks. Bye. Sorry about that.
I'm losing count. We both probably said some pretty silly things the other night.
Oh, no, I've left some soup on. Sorry.
This is definitely my turn. I shouldn't have postponed the trip to the States without talking to you about it first, and I'm sorry.
And I shouldn't have reacted the way I did. I didn't understand.
So, I'm forgiven?
Only if I am.
Well, so we were all right.
Well, there is just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't, No, it really wouldn't be fair to ask.
Ask. You never know your luck.
Well, it's just, you wouldn't know anything about unblocking sinks, would you?
Oh, I just love it when you talk dirty to me.
Chris? Chris?
Hiya.
Don't let me stop you, love.
What?
If you're washing up.
Oh, yeah, I was just,
Where's your mum?
She's going to get some shopping before she goes to work. I can get you some dinner if you want.
No, you're all right, love. But you'll do. That you, Chris? We're in here.
It's me.
Hello, love. I ain't saying hello to me. Thought you normally stop for dinners.
I do usually. She's also come home today.
Listen, if you ask your big sister nicely, she might make you a pussy.
You're all right, I'm not that hungry.
If you make me a cheese one, stick a bit of pickle on it for me.
Do you think this will be all right, Dad? It looks a bit pasty.
Just right for me, then, eh? Hey, let's have a look. Oh, it's miles better now, love. Nearly back to normal, eh?
Got it. See ya.
Louise? Thought I might give this its first run to the post office. Mind you, one look at this and they might wonder if I really need a pension. Must have cost you a great deal of money.
Yeah. Well, listen, I've got to go to all.
Louise?
Ugh.
Ugh. I hope you're going to be a bit more masterful with American plumbing.
So do I.
You will be. I have to go.
You promised you'd help me with this sink after we,
Yeah, well, I lied.
All that's worrying me, Louise, is where you got the money to buy something like this. You didn't buy it, did you?
Look, I just wanted to get you something nice, that's all. You better get on the phone to Mrs. Mackay then, hadn't you?
Yes, I ought to do just that. Oh, Louise, don't you realize what something like this can do? I mean, how kindly do you think they're going to look on us fostering you if it comes to light that you've been stealing while you're supposed to be in our care? Look, I won't tell Mrs. Mackay, but only on condition that you come back with me and return it to where you got it from.
I will. As long as you won't tell Miss Mackay. Oh, you won't tell her, will you? Please?
I promise. But this isn't a let-off, you know. There's still got to be faced up to.
Yeah, well, I will, honest.
Yes. Well, I'll get my coat and I'll drop you back at school when
All right, now. I mean, I will, but I can't be late to Savvy. Mrs. Francis kills you if you're late for the class, but I will, honest.
The minute you come back from school. All right, Louise?
Right. Ta-ra.
Right, well, can you tell me what time she finishes work, then? OK. Thanks. Bye.
Don't work too hard.
Look who's talking.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi. Excuse me.
Didn't hear your car?
I really must be going.
Oh, look, please don't go on my account. I found these in the garden.
God, it's hard not to remember the 5th of November when you're picking up the evidence for weeks afterwards.
You should see some of the lingering evidence I see at the surgery.
Don't. I must get back to the lab. See you, Caroline.
Yeah, bye.
Don't come out. I have to dash.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Where is your car?
It's having a nervous breakdown. The transmission's gone or something, I don't know. But anyway, after this morning, I may as well join it.
Are you having trouble finishing that order?
I can't even get it started. There's a delay on supplies.
Oh? Last week's Hong Kong stuff was delayed, wasn't it? Uncle's being unusually unreliable all of a sudden?
Yeah, well, these things happen.
Well, they can be made to happen. This is you having your knuckles wrapped on account of Alison and me.
Michael, we don't know that.
No? We know the family.
They think I'm condoning your relationship with Alison because I don't talk you out of it. That's how they see it, Michael.
See ya.
Katie! Did you find it, love?
What?
Your pen?
It doesn't matter, I'll borrow one.
See you down, love.
Yeah, sure.
In the doghouse, am I? Because I never got back for bumming night.
No, I don't think so. It was only odd Jeff seemed bothered. Bad guy folks, I mean.
Yeah, well, I'd got back if I could, wouldn't I? Be a few fireworks when I get to that depot to Savvy. 8 hours I was on the hard shoulder.
Can you put that in the fridge for us, love, eh?
You know what they're doing, don't you?
Put it behind the others so it gets used last, eh? What, who's doing?
Maintenance. Must think I'm stupid. I know full well what they're doing. They're putting my wagon to the back of the queue, making sure that if anybody's going to break down, it's going to be me.
Anything else to go in here, Mum? No, that's the last. Look, they're not putting us in any danger, are they? Because they blame me for this tendering out business.
No, love. They're too smart for that. It'll just be the odd little thing they didn't get round to doing. The sort that has me spending nights in lay-bys instead of my own bed.
Are you off back now, love?
No, I'm working here today. Study period.
Yeah, well, it's time I wasn't here.
And me. No study periods for the wicked, eh? And I've got a bone or two to pick the savvy.
Oh, no, Frank, don't go making it worse, love. I mean, if they've got it in for you already.
Chris, I couldn't make them hate me any more than they do now, love. See you later.
Well, just do what I did. Well, tell them you've got study period. Tell them you've got study period and you've got to go to the library. Oh, Wayne, you can't you risk it? Yeah, well, you better not then. You will come, though, when you get the chance. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm fine, honestly. Just fancied a natter, that's all. Yeah, okay. All right, then. See ya. Tra.
Gotta let you know. Oh, listen to this song.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I didn't even come in.
I'm not surprised.
Turn it down. I was just using it for company.
I've just nipped back for that Llewellyn file. We haven't seen it anywhere, have you?
In the bedroom? We were last working on it in bed, remember?
Hey, seeing as it's lunchtime, why don't I fix us something to eat?
Sorry, I want to get back and check it over before the guy comes in.
Okay.
Has anybody ever told you that for a doctor you're pretty useless sometimes?
Caroline, I'm sorry about the supplies.
Michael, look. I know that you wouldn't be putting either of us on the wrong side of the family if you didn't feel the way that you do about Alison. I understand.
Don't you ever wish you could just walk away from all this damn family thing?
No. But sometimes I wish that my work wasn't quite so dependent on them.
Well, it's have to be. Your own designs are miles better than the stuff you churn out for Uncle.
Yeah, but it's finding outlets. Although Uncle did mention that there might be a possibility of me producing my own stuff with a new chain he's creating.
But he was not prepared to push your stuff unless you're prepared to push me the way the family wants.
Well, he didn't say as much.
He doesn't have to. Look, will you promise me something?
Uh-huh.
No, seriously. Will you promise at least use what time you've got, thanks to Uncle's stuff not coming through, to concentrate on your own designs?
Well, I suppose I might as well give it a try.
Every chance you get. Promise?
Promise.
After you fix the sink, that is.
Wasn't expecting you.
Thought I'd surprise you?
Well, you'd have.
I'm on the way or anything, am I?
No, I came to meet you from work, like.
And you missed me at the hospital?
Yeah. Well, no, well, I didn't know whether you'd want a lift, like, you know.
I'm here now.
Yeah. You going out or something? You're looking really nice.
Should do. It took me long enough.
It's not for my benefit, though, is it?
Well, it's not for Thomas, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah?
And don't look like that. If I decide to look my best, it's because I feel like it. Giving up doing things for fellas. I mean, you or anybody else.
Yeah, right. I'm only saying, like, you look nice.
Looks about yourself.
Yeah?
Yeah. If we did get back together, it wouldn't be like it was before.
Oh, no. I promise you. I love you, Kirsty.
You're gonna kiss me then, aren't you? Through my mascara, I'll tell you.
You look great. Can't believe I've got you back.
I meant to. It's not going to be like it was before.
Oh, no, it won't be. It won't be, honest. You know, all the managing that, I'll sort it out.
That's what I mean. Marriage and that, it's just not what I want. Not anymore.
Well, we're back together, aren't we?
Yeah. It's all that matters, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Anna'd never make me.
Yes, but Anna isn't here.
Yeah, well, know that, don't I?
Promise is a promise, Louise. Oh, come on, let's get your part of the bargain over with.
I got halfway home and remembered I hadn't got these out of the freezer. You're going to want your tea early, love, if you're going in to see her, innit?
No. I mean, well, I think his auntie and uncle are going there tonight, and well, they don't like many people around the bed.
Yeah. Well, it must get tiring, mustn't it? Lying there, people staring at you all day.
Yeah. And sometimes you run out of things to say. I mean, you can't keep going on about what you've been doing and what everyone else has been doing when you know all you can do is just lie there.
I know.
But I don't think for one moment Owen wants you or anybody else to feel guilty that you're not where he is.
Yeah, I don't know, but...
Hiya, love. You two be ready when and if I get these chickens defrosted.
It's okay, I'm not that hungry.
Oh, look, I picked this up for you today. It should last longer than the other one, if you don't lose it.
Oh, Mum, we only needed an ordinary biro.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you might like a nicer one.
Well, they'll think I'm showing off. Well, this is the sort of the well-off ones have.
Hey, young lady. Now, I know it's not easy starting a new school term, but that's no excuse for being difficult or rude.
Sorry.
You forget how hard it is for them.
Yeah, well, we've all got problems, I suppose.
Well, your dad certainly has at the moment, hasn't he?
The education system's different, of course, in America. But now I have a bit more time. I'll be able to have Jess enrolled in Hattie's school.
Somehow I can't imagine Jess all yes, ma'am, and braces and bobby socks.
She'll miss you.
Well, she'll have you and Alison and Hattie.
Yes, well, new start, new
family.
I wish it didn't. You know, since I've had time to stop and think, it feels a bit like running away. Maybe that's why I hit the roof when Alison delayed us. Do you think going to the States is me desperate to run away?
Oh, Michael. Look, I may be able to mend sinks, but I can't sort out everything. Look, do you want to give it a try?
What?
The sink. Do you want to try it?
Oh, Hey.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes, sir. I understand you asked to see the manager.
We did, yes. Louise?
Here. I took it.
If you mean, young lady, that you stole it, then you'd better accompany me to my office.
Hi, I'm running.
Hi. Yeah, well, I did enough staying late at the office last week, so...
Don't tell me you're gonna have to work all evening.
No, as a matter of fact. So I thought you might like to get ready and take a run out to Chester, to that place, from you.
No, what I'd like is just to spend a nice, quiet evening and talk, baby.
Yeah, okay. Right, I'll nip out and get a couple of nice bottles of wine or something.
We have some.
Do we? Good. Right. Well, I better get out of this.
What next, now you've launched yourself into crime? Breaking into little old ladies' flats? Stealing their pension money?
No.
Oh, I suppose you think this is somehow different, do you? And stealing from a shop, it doesn't really affect anybody. You people. Do you realize that every time stock goes missing, that puts me and my staff under suspicion? Then I get a roasting from head office. And if profits fall far enough, that young man you saw out there might find himself at the back of a dole queue because we can no longer afford to employ him. And because of people like you, every genuine customer that comes into this shop has to be treated like a potential thief. Oh, it affects people, all right. Somebody pays. Somebody always has to pay.
I personally would feel better if you'd let Louise pay for what she stole. But of course, we understand that you still have the right to prosecute.
Yes. Well, it is company policy, you know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get you a receipt.
Look, why don't you go and wait by the car?
I thought you were going to come and sit down.
I am. I just thought you might like some nibbles.
What I'd like is to get started on this quiet evening we're supposed to be having.
Okay. I'll nip out for takeaway something later.
We have food. We have drink.
Oh, well, I'll have a look, see what we've got.
Stop it! Look! We have food. We have lettuce. We have butter. We have broccoli. We have chicken. We have wine.
No. That's enough. That's enough, Cheryl.
Either we talk or I leave.
Right. We'll talk.
Oh, thank you.
I hope I didn't overdo it, but when you rang earlier, you did say I should be brutal with her.
Yes, I did. And you did wonderfully well. I'm sure it doesn't come naturally.
Well, glad I could be of help. Frankly, if more people did what you did, we'd prosecute less. It's when you know they've no guidance and they're likely to turn into regular thieves you've got to resort to the law.
Well, I'd better go and put her out of her misery about being prosecuted. Thanks again. I think between us, we may just have taught that young lady that you have to face up to the consequences of what you do. Goodbye.
I'll do it.
No, I said I'll do it.
Oh, for God's sake!
We are supposed to be talking, not screaming at each other.
Well, maybe I've forgotten how. All right, you've been avoiding it for so long.
All right. Okay, so here I am now. Talk. So go on. What's your problem?
What do you think is the problem, John?
Well, so far as I can see, I've landed up in the doghouse for loving you enough to want us to make some kind of real commitment to each other.
Oh, yes? Is it me you love, or is it your version of a commitment, as in a child?
No, it's you.
Oh, yeah, well,
It's
then how
you.
come we don't make love anymore? Why is it that as soon as I say I don't want a child, you lose interest? I mean, bed used to be the best thing we had. Sometimes it seemed like the only thing. And then, suddenly, you decide that there's no point in us making love unless we're making a little baby Jonathan.
No, it's not like that. Look, I love you.
You don't even fancy me.
What do I have to do? What do I have to do? I love you. I fancy you. I fancy you like crazy.
Come on.
What?
Every week I scrape round trying to find the correct change for the pools man, and every week one of you dips into it.
I gave Jeff 210s. He was 20 short for some new studs.
And the rest.
What?
The pound coin.
Chris, I haven't got no pound coin, honest. Yeah, look.
It's probably gone to some sponsorship thing at our Sammy's school. Do you know, I love the way she sponsors everything that moves and expects me to cough up.
Yeah, well, our Katie's not too slow being generous with my money either. £3 I gave her last week for fun runs or something.
Yeah. Well, I often wonder if it wouldn't be cheaper just for the government to bung a couple of % on tax instead of expecting parents to cough up. Oh, I hate that collector's face when you give him a load of change.
Sammy Penny's pot upstairs. You might find a pound coin in there.
Hi, Sam. You didn't take a pound off the window ledge lift, did you?
No, Nisha hasn't phoned, has she?
No. Will you see if you've got one for me, eh?
Yeah, I'll have a look for you. Look, give us a shout if she phones, all right?
But don't forget about the pound coin, though, eh? Are you going far this afternoon?
No. Just a couple of short runs. Mind you, sometimes I think I'd rather do a couple of 100 miles down a motorway than 10 in town traffic. Still, Anything's better than hanging around the depot these days.
The lads still getting on at you, are they?
Only when I'm not ignoring me altogether. Well, you know, I can understand the nearer this tendering thing gets, the more they panic about the jobs. But it's being shut out that gets to me. I mean, you really think I don't care, Chris?
Oh, I know. But I know you do, love.
Yeah, but I just wish they did.
Good joke?
No, not really. The punchline was too predictable.
Sorry?
That was Uncle. Is there any chance of hurrying my supplies up, Uncle? Possibly. What news of Michael? Oh. Have you heard anything else about the outlet for my own designs? Nothing as yet. What news of Michael? Oh, quite frankly, I wasn't really expecting the chance of marketing my own designs, but I didn't think he'd go on freezing me out with supplies for my other orders.
Look, don't go out today, okay?
Well, I was only going to tell the outworkers there are no supplies.
Well, don't. Just stay here and wait.
Yeah, but wait for what, Michael?
I'm a doctor, right? So I perform miracles.
Okay, yeah. Cheers. Bye now.
Oh, I thought it might be Nisha.
No, love, work. One of me runs has been cancelled.
Oh, Sammy, did you have a look for us, love?
What? Oh, yeah, no. I've only got about 60 pence and a fiver. Well, check out Katie's money box. She's always got loads.
Any chance of another cover, Chris? Might as well leave a bit later. Let the traffic die down a bit. Seems I've only got the one run.
Yeah, well, I promised I'd go into work for an hour this afternoon.
Well, that's all right. Hang on for half an hour and I'll give you a lift.
All right, you're just in time for one of my famous fried egg butties here.
Oh, hey, how lucky can a woman get?
I'll show you when I get some of this protein down me.
You know, you must have walked over these on your way in.
I thought you got me there, didn't you? There is such a thing as an afternoon post, you know.
All right, I believe you. Here. And if it's $500,000 from Littlewoods, I want a new pair of feet. Oh, that's nice. It's the open day at the deaf school. It's that little kid, Melanie. Do you remember her? I met her on my first day. Mind you, it took me all the next lunchtime to realise she was telling me about this open day.
Right.
It's funny that, because Ellie's just got a job there, assistant in the deaf unit. Did I already tell you this?
Yeah, I think you did, yeah.
It wasn't $500,000 from Littlewoods then.
From Doreen's solicitor.
Oh?
Well, it's only what we agreed, like. It just looks more when it's down in numbers, that's all.
Why? What have you assessed her share at?
Only 24.5 grand.
Headache? Indigestion. The headache subsided about 3 o'clock this morning. Hope I'm doing the right thing, Gordon.
Oh, come on, Dad. After the last time, you couldn't do anything but let Mrs. Mackay know Louise has taken off again.
I wish it hadn't meant my breaking my promise to Louise, that's all.
You told Mum she's done a runner?
Your mother's got enough on her plate.
Yeah. I shouldn't think Gran's the most patient in the world.
Still, I don't like lying to your mother, Gordon.
Well, not telling her isn't the same as lying, is it? Anyway, it's for Mum's own good.
I suppose it could be just covering up for myself. Not wanting to admit I've got it all wrong about Louise.
Oh, come on, Dad. How many times? Stop beating yourself about the head. You did what you thought was right, that's all. Anyway, Louise is bound to turn up.
Do you think so?
Bad pennies always do.
Well, don't just sit there, woman. Help.
Michael!
I can't stop. I've got an early clinic.
Where did you get all this from?
I suddenly remember the guy who came into the surgery. Look, I must go. I'll tell you later. They're just a random selection, so I hope it'll do.
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you so, so much.
You deserve it. You really do. So, come on. Get on with it. Or am I the only one who does any work around here? Bye.
Bye.
I suppose I could ask Rod and Tracy for a bit more towards the housekeeping, eh?
Yeah. I'd rather you didn't have to.
Yeah, so would I. But if we're going to have to remortgage this place... Could be worse. Still got a roof over our heads, haven't we?
Yeah, even if you're going to be 170 by the time you've paid for it.
There's always the odd foreigner. Hey, one of the joiners is doing some shelving at the side of this wool shop. Said it needs rewinding before he opens it, so I'll have a word with him to savvy, you know, get the address and everything.
I don't know. I still feel as if I should be doing more.
Oh, come on, Sheila, you're doing your school dinners, aren't you, and keeping up with your course?
Yeah, one pays peanuts and the other takes it out of me in blood, sweat and tears. I'd apply for a job at Melanie's school, but from what Ellie was saying, it doesn't sound very well paid.
Bit more hours, though, won't it? Be something you liked.
Yeah. But I'm sure with it being non-qualified, it won't bring in much money.
There's more important things than money, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Name one.
A happy home?
Well, we're not going to have one of those, are we, if we can't pay the mortgage?
Yes, we will. Don't worry about it. I'll sort something out, all right?
Chris! You all right, love? I'm coming. Did you get through to Nisha, love?
No, she's not here.
Sam, are you here this afternoon?
Essay.
Will you do us a favour, love? Will you put the oven on about... Frank? What time will you be back home?
About 5:30, if I ever get going.
If you put the oven on about 4 for me?
Chris, do you want a lift or what?
Yes, all right, I'm coming. Oh, Sam. Sammy, if I'm not back by past, will you bung those baked potatoes in for me, please?
Yes, OK.
Sammy, visitor for you.
Hi, love. Sammy's... Oh. Frank, just hold on a moment.
Chris? Oh. All right, Chris. You can make do a change for once.
Oh, yeah, I thought you might have... Empty?
She's probably moved it. Oh, come on, Chris. Chris?
Yeah, sorry, love.
I was hoping she'd gone to school and would come back here afterwards.
Give the school a ring.
Oh, it's too late now. I can't help blaming myself for some of this mess, you know, Gordon. I should never have dragged her back to that shop.
Oh, come on, Dad. You squared it with them so they wouldn't prosecute. You're only trying to teach her a lesson.
Wish your mother was here.
Mum would have done the same thing.
I hope so. But what am I to say if Anna rings? Am I to lie? Say everything's fine?
You probably won't have to. She'll be back, believe me. Louise isn't going to blow her chances of being fostered.
Yes. Well, I hope I haven't blown Louise's chances by spilling the beans to Mrs. Mackay. If your mother comes back and finds I've messed everything up.
I'm in here. Do you know, I've been so busy, I've managed to run out of glue.
You're complaining.
No way, this stuff is brilliant. I just hope I can get it all finished on time.
I should keep these out of Jess's way. You know what she's like.
Michael? Jessica, I'm 10 minutes late.
All right, I'll fetch you.
Oh, look, the afternoon has just flown,
It's all
Michael.
right.
I'm really sorry.
Hey, Nish, remind me to put the spuds on in half an hour. All right. And don't let me go without a couple of your library books, seeing as that's where I'm supposed to be. Honest, I don't move. My dad practically issues a pass every time I go to school. Yours keeping you in, are they? I don't think they notice whether I'm in or out.
I should be so lucky.
In the words of a well-known song.
Yeah, well, just thank you, lucky stars, yours are ignoring you.
Oh, they're not ignoring me. It's just... Well, I don't know. No one in this place seems to have time to talk.
Yeah, parents. They only ever talk at you, really.
Cheers.
The worst thing is, though, I can't get out to visit Owen. How is he, anyway?
Oh, well... Oh, I just can't, Nisha. I mean, I just can't go. But he's not gone worse again, has he?
No, he's no different, really. It's just... Well, it's just me. It kills me. I just seem to run out of things to say, and sometimes he's so cheerful, and that makes it even worse.
But you don't feel like he blames you or anything?
No. Oh, I don't know. I just feel guilty. I just can't handle it. You think I'm being rotten, don't you?
No, but...
No, but what? Well, go on. Look, Nisha, you're the only one I can talk to about this.
Yeah, well, it's easy for me to say, but I know it's not fun watching him lying there and that, but you've got to remember, it's him that's hurt, and if he can handle it with what he's going through...
Then why can't I?
Oh, wait, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, you're right. I can cop out now and can't, and I'm the one who's moaning.
Yeah, well, you haven't had such an easy time of it yourself.
Neither of you.
Yeah, well, if you can't be a prisoner of Zenda. At least at least we both know we're going to get through it all right in the end, you and me.
I told you she was fine. It was just a matter of minutes.
I know, but... Oh, I don't know. Sometimes when I'm busy, the afternoons seem so short.
I was thinking about that on my way to pick up Jess. It's hardly been fair of me to expect you to have less than a full day when it comes to your work.
Well, I know it's not always possible for you, Michael. It's just when we've both got a full day.
Yours gets cut short.
Well, we did mention the possibility of a childminder once, just for after school. Do you remember?
I was thinking about that.
You mean you'd consider it?
That'd be fairer on you. I thought about asking Mrs. Chung. I know she has her own grandchildren after school and...
Oh, Michael, look, this looks like the day that you solved all my problems.
I caused them.
Well, you didn't do it deliberately.
Look, Caroline, I haven't said this to you in so many words, and perhaps I should. Especially now as you're getting added hassle from the family about me. If it would be easy for you to leave.
Hiya.
I suppose it didn't enter your head to think that we'd be worried sick about you.
I was going to phone to tell you I was all right.
But you didn't.
I was scared you'd say don't come back.
Inside, I think. Don't you, young lady?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be a policewoman if you paid me. Maybe they don't pay, maybe they just do for the buzz.
Yeah, well, she scares me, all right. It's the way she looks at you when she questions you.
Well, they haven't been back, though, have they?
No, not yet.
Anyway, we haven't really done anything, have we?
No. Right. Did they say they might want to see you again?
Yeah. But they might always say that, mightn't they? Oh, God. If we end up getting charged...
Oh, if we do, I might as well top myself. My dad'll kill me anyway.
They haven't said they will to you and me.
Oh, well, I would have mentioned it, wouldn't I? What's the last he said to Owen?
Well, he said it sounded as if they weren't bothering coming back. He said he got the impression they'd let him off the hook.
That's not what it sounded like last time they spoke to me.
Me neither. I just don't understand it, Nish. I mean, if they think Owen's not in on it, then why don't they just leave us alone?
I don't know.
Just someone...
No, you're all right. I've got a rotten project to finish. You know me. Can't drink, can't think.
Yeah, right. That's exactly why I'm doing it.
No, she's fine. No, I haven't had a chance to find out yet. Well, she's upstairs getting into some clean things. I just thought I'd let you know she was back here safe and sound. Bye for now.
Was that Anna? Is she mad at me?
No, I was just phoning the home to let them know you were back here.
You told them at the home?
You didn't leave me any choice. You don't leave people a choice when all you ever do is run away.
But you said. You promised you wouldn't.
That was before you ran away. And if you hadn't thought you were taking the easy way out, you'd have known there was nothing to run away from.
Oh, no. Only that man in the shop was going to have me up in court, that's all.
But he isn't. He isn't going to prosecute. Because you faced up to things and went back. Would have been all over by now. But instead, you had to create another problem by running off to God knows where. See, you didn't solve anything.
Did Mrs. Mackay say anything? I mean, did she say it stopped me being...
Well, we could hardly talk about you and fostering when you weren't here, could we? No, Louise. I don't think it'll make any difference. Everybody's just relieved to see you back, that's all. But I, for one, would very much like to know where you've been for the last few days.
Told you, didn't I?
Sorry?
Jess wasn't traumatized by being kept waiting at school for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, she was fine. Michael?
Hmm?
What you said about me leaving?
If you felt it would be easier. I mean, if you're not under the same roof as the great transgressor, the family might get off your back about doing something about me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make light about it. I know how difficult it is for you.
It isn't. What I mean is, are you asking me to move out because you want Alison to move in?
Of course not. Alison and I agreed we'd only live together once we were in America. I was thinking about what might be best for you. You should think about it, you know. I mean, seriously.
Hi, love. Is Nisha gone?
Yeah, oh, Mum, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Oh, it's all right, love. They should be ready in time for tea. Is that your dad already? Hello, love.
Hi, love. Came back empty. Feel like I've only done half a day. Still?
Oh, that'll be the postman, Sammy. Tell him to hang on.
Chris, does this fella pack a Colt 45 or what?
Frank, you want to see his face if he's got to count out coppers, honestly?
As long as he doesn't pay our million out in coppers.
Oh.
Dad, it's Mr. Roberts for you.
All right, Len.
Hello, Len.
I understood you wouldn't be at the depot tomorrow, and just in case you sent the heavies round. 20 quid a week, we said. It's right hot money.
Oh, Lenny, now come on.
Cheers, mate. Just what we wanted, Chris.
How much?
Great, isn't it? You want special light and show off the wool and that.
Well, it's certainly come at the right time.
Yeah?
Well, I'll have to see if I can get a job that pays better than dinner ladying now.
Why don't you make inquiries about that job with the deaf kids?
Honestly, love, I don't think it'd be that well paid. Anyway, I don't know if they're still looking.
Well, you could always ask when you go to that open day thingy.
Do you think I should?
There's no harm in asking, is there?
Do you know, you look 10 years younger than you did at dinner time?
I feel it. Hey, there's nothing we can't work out, eh? You and me.
Yeah, well, cheers, mate.
Yeah, well, as long as it's all right.
Hey, hang on. You asked me to count it.
You might be counting out in 1p pieces before long. Or maybe I should just sign me dole cheque over to you.
Listen, Len. We still don't know whether this tendering business will mean redundancies.
Oh, yeah. Like we don't know night will fall, and there's about as much we can do to stop it as well. The management will do what they like with us.
Look, Len, I've told you there is still room for manoeuvre.
Yeah. And we're really holding our breath expecting you and your union will do something to help us.
Lenny, when are you going to stop crying, eh? It's always somebody else's fault, isn't it? Hey, when are you going to get off mine and everybody else's back and do something for yourselves for a change?
Yeah, like what, eh? Like what?
I don't know. So the maintenance is up for tender. Well, tender for it. Take your redundancy money and tender for the franchise yourselves.
Do you think we could do that, do you, though?
I don't know, Len, but you could try.
Hey, Dad, sorry, but the pan my mum said.
All right, love. Did you want to turn it off?
Just down, I think.
I'll be off then.
Look, Len, about what I said.
Yeah. No. Well, we could give it some thought, though, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Louise, don't you think we've any right to know where you've been all this time? We've been here worrying and waiting.
I've said just here and there, that's all. Just around.
Just around. Look, Louise.
Voila, mademoiselle. Beans sur pain grill.
Gordon.
Yeah, I know, Dad, but look, Louise is back. She said she's sorry, so what's the point in you going on about it all the time?
I'm trying to make a point here, Gordon. And the point is this. If you want us to care about you, then you've got to start feeling some obligation towards us. If we care where you've been. Annabelle, myself, Gordon. We can't just go on dishing out concern for you if you don't ever pay us back some sort of...
Yeah? Well, I was going to pay you back, wasn't I? See? It's the money you gave me to pay back the shop.
Where did you come by this sort of money?
Oh, yeah. Go on. Accuse me of robbing that now.
No, Louise, I don't think Dad meant
Well, what else was he mean? I can't do nothing right for you, can I? If Anna was here, she wouldn't be like this with me. She won't care where to be, but you just want something else to have a go at me for, don't you? You wouldn't care if I was never to come back. You'd be glad if I was dead.
Louise!
Nice one, Dad.
For heaven's sake, Gordon.
Don't start on me.
And don't interfere. Would you want that girl to think that she can run off again any time she likes?
Well, fine. Well, you go on ahead, then. Use any size of sledgehammer you like. I mean, that's bound to make her stay around, isn't it?
Am I not supposed to worry about how she came by this?
Well, don't ask me. I'm not supposed to interfere, remember? But if I was interfering, I'd say leave her alone for now.
I wasn't going to, Louise. I was just going to try and get hold of Mrs. Mackay.
Let's see what she can do.
Well, for one thing, she can strike out our name when it comes to fostering. Even I know when I've bitten off more than I can chew, Gordon.
But surely you're not serious. I mean, to back out over something like this?
Something like this. Sleepless nights, stolen goods, money she's got doing God knows what. Now she's got you and me at each other's throats. And the times Anna and I have been at loggerheads about her. What have we achieved? I mean, do you think that's a happy child up there, Gordon?
Yeah, but these things take time, Dad.
Oh, I don't know, Gordon.
Yeah, well, don't do anything until you do, then. Please, for Mum's sake, just think about it first.
Oh.
You'll think about it.
I don't think it'll do any good.
Well, at least you'll be able to say you thought it over.
St James's Hospital is never quiet. We follow the day-to-day running of this real-life drama next in Ginny's.
What's up, then? Can I have a quick word?
Don't shout me. You won the pools and you can pay for the bathroom.
Listen, mate, I've got something I want to talk to you about.
I've only got half an hour of my dinner left.
But it's not a problem. It's more like a proposition.
Sounds like my lucky day.
Gary.
Oh, hello, Mr. Collins.
What are you doing around here?
I had to get the early bus.
Why didn't you knock?
I was still early, yeah. I'm not supposed to be here for ages.
You still could have come in.
No, they said if I don't stick strictly to my times, I might not be able to come again.
Well, you're here now. You can come in with me.
I can't come until 1. If Mrs. McCackey found me out, she'd string me up.
If Mrs. Mackay heard you calling her Mrs. McCackey, she'd definitely string you up. I'll tell Louise you're here. Who's winning?
Me left hand.
Have you seen this one? She's got a face as long as my granny's drawers.
What's the problem?
She says she's tired. She's come home to pick a book up or something.
Katie, would you like to come round and play with Jessica after school?
Katie! Katie, would you like me to put your pocket money up to £100 a week, love?
Got me own work to do.
Well, I don't envy you all that digging, Caroline.
It's supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, well...
Bye, Chrissy.
Don't go cutting any worms in half. You'll have our Sammy over to you. Bye. Katie! Don't you dare go showing me up again like that. Now, you just listen to me. If you want to start any of those hard-faced tricks, you just leave them at school or wherever you pick them up from. Now, you just show some respect next time.
Yes, champion again.
I better go back in.
You're not going to leave me with the shark.
Not left, have I? I haven't finished the sandwiches yet.
Who for, Macaque?
No, for all of us.
Smart, I'm starving.
I'll bring you one out. You're better than me.
Come on, then, I'm losing my rhythm here.
I haven't played this since I was a kid.
Do you think it'll live, Doctor?
I don't know, you know. I reckon its eyes are too close together.
Well, go on, then. What's going on?
Oh, let us finish this first.
Hey, listen, mate. I'm missing cow pie and beans in the canteen for this.
You get us a bottle out of the machine, will you? I'm going to be all day with this.
I'll never get any dinner at this rate.
Listen, there's some change in my jacket. I'll treat you.
I thought you were short of money.
13 pence. I'm not that short.
Take sugar.
In Bovril?
All right. It's been a long day.
Hey, Frank, here. The maintenance lads have had a bit of a get-together, you know, outside work, unofficial like. They asked me to have a word with you.
How come?
Well, I reckon because they respect you but they want the benefit of your advice.
Will you tell the lads that advice costs a bit more than a cup of Bovril? OK, mate?
Katie, hurry up, love, you'll be late back.
Well, you should have thought of that this morning. Katie, I've made you a sandwich, love.
Oh, you're all right, so what's now?
How many have you got there?
Only 3. I'm just getting some change for me bus fare.
Better warn your sister. She's here.
Cleaned them out.
Quick, stand by your beds, ready for inspection. Hope you watch behind your ears.
Last Christmas I did.
Come on, then. Sit down and look tidy.
Does it look all right?
Looks marvellous. Very good indeed.
Did you do all this?
Yeah.
Can I have one now?
No, wait.
Never learned that off me dad, did you?
Hello, Mrs. Mackay.
What's this lot, then?
We want to put in a tender for a new maintenance franchise.
Oh, aye. That's an original idea. Who's we, then?
Well, the rest of the lads that work here. You know, like a management buyout, only we're not management.
And how does this stuff fit in?
Well, these are all the projections and figures.
Lenny, my lad's own work's needed in that.
Right, it all makes sense. It just doesn't look very clever.
It doesn't look very anything. I don't even know where to start with it.
Well, we've got an overall chart showing the proposals. Oh, hang on. We did this one last night.
What is this? Blue Peter?
Well, I know the presentation isn't very good, but we reckon all the figures are sound. Well, that's all the whispering's about. With it being a tender, we know the cost better than anyone, Frank. So we're bound to be the most realistic offer. And we also know the work better than anybody else. So why shouldn't ours be the obvious choice?
There's an obvious answer to that, but I can't think of it just now.
Frank, we could be onto a winner here. If we were running the maintenance shop by ourselves, we'd be solving all the problems that you get stuck with before they come up.
Len, this is going to take a lot of commitment, mate. A lot of hard work to get it up and going.
Yeah, we know that, and, well, there's a few of us prepared to go all the way with it. We've done the bank manager bit and all that.
You're not coming to me for a loan, are you?
Well, it was your idea, mate. That's why we're coming to you.
Len, having the ideas is simple, mate. It's putting them into practice that takes a bit of, you know, cleverness, experience.
Well, that's why the lads want you involved. I mean, they want you on our side. You know, like independent, but on our side.
So where am I supposed to fit in?
Well, for a start-off, we've got to get all this into some sort of good order. And make sure it's an offer they can't refuse.
Len, it's going to take all sorts, you know. Typing up, photocopying, all sorts. And if there's big firms, foreign companies even, looking to make an offer, they're going to be bagging all the resources out, aren't they?
Do you reckon the regional office might back us on this one? I mean, the lads still want a union shop, they still want to work agreed practices and all that.
I don't know, mate. We'll have to see.
But the lads wanted you involved because you're not stuck back in the dark ages with the likes of Jeff Howard. And I suppose because it was your idea in the first place.
Len, I've heard all you've had to say, mate. But you can't expect me to make a decision like this on one cup of bottle and a pasty.
Well, Frank, we need to move fast on this one. We need to know if you're with us or not.
Well, I don't know about with you. Let's just say I'm alongside you. Will that do for now?
Welcome alongside, Frank.
Hey, just watch that.
This is excellent. I'll have to come for lunch again.
Louise done it all, you know.
Right, before we start, perhaps you'd like to tell me why it is that it took you so long to get round to seeing us.
I came at the first available time. I did say that on the phone.
Then can you tell me what sense there is in a system where volunteers can ask for the professionals for help and then to be told they have to wait for an appointment and then for that meeting to take 4 days to come about?
If it didn't have a huge caseload, Mr. Collins, I could have come when you called. But unfortunately, I've got dozens of other cases and I haven't yet developed the power of omnipresence.
Our situation with this young lady has become very difficult indeed. I needed to speak to you a week ago. If you weren't available, then you should have had someone else who could have stood in for you.
If you want to discuss the shortcomings of the Social Services Department, Mr. Collins, believe me, I could talk all day. But I think we'd be better off spending our time discussing this young lady.
I'd better get on with it then, hadn't I?
Sure. Go ahead.
What I wanted to say to you last week, and even though it's a week later, my opinion hasn't changed. What I wanted to say was that I think we ought to think again about this business of fostering.
Hi.
If you're going to tell me about your streaming cold or your bad chest, or especially if you're going to bring me something you coughed up in the night, the surgery is well and truly closed for the day. Hi.
You're obviously not in the mood for your present, then.
What present?
She was lucky she didn't finish up with another offence on her file. If it hadn't been for the goodwill shown by that shopkeeper.
He was going to prosecute me anyway, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. You don't think I'd have dragged you down there without first coming to some arrangement with him about not prosecuting?
Well, I didn't know that, did I?
I don't see why I should have told you.
That's a great way of teaching me a lesson, isn't it? By lying to me.
She shouldn't have done it in the first place, though, should she?
Mind your own, you.
Come on, come on.
Anyway, the wallet is ancient history by now. It's the money that Louise has picked up from somewhere that we're supposed to be talking about today. Perhaps if we can get back to that, you begin to see my point of view. Lies and deceit and theft are just not a good foundation for the sort of relationship we hope we can have with Louise.
Do you see what the problem is, Louise?
I've had a lifetime of people saying problem as soon as they look at me.
It's quite simple. Most people can't buy things unless they've got the money to do it.
And I'm not most people, am I?
Most people get the money to buy things, either by earning it or by being given it.
Or stealing it. You forgot that.
You said it, Louise.
You said it, Louise. Most people, Louise. Why can't most people just mind their own businesses, eh? Why can't they just keep their noses out? I earned it. I know to pay me way. I earned it okay.
Look, she didn't steal the money. I gave it to her.
And where did you get that kind of money from, Gary?
Well, I had a cassette recorder, but I'd sold it. Anyway, she said she'd pay me back. You always do, don't you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell us all this in the first place? You might have saved us all a lot of trouble, mightn't you?
I never thought.
Well, I found these. Come on, where is it?
No, you have to find it.
Well, it's not upstairs and it's not down here. You left it in the garden or something?
Might have.
would I be getting warmer if I was to look in the garden?
You could try.
It's not got 4 legs, has it?
You have to find out for yourself.
It's a tree.
Oh, very quick, Michael. I'm glad to see you're an expert on such things.
Well, no one's ever bought me a tree before.
Do you like it?
Of course I do. What is it?
No, you're the expert.
Oh, come on.
It's a plum tree.
Oh, brilliant. What do I have to do? Water it specially? Feed it?
No, it's all on the label. And this one's Jessica.
Caroline? Oh, what's this one?
It's a magnolia.
So what have I done to deserve all this?
It's a present
Why?
because you're my favorite brother.
I'm your only brother.
That's why you're my favorite. Do you want some tea?
Hmm.
Why didn't she just tell us Gary gave it to her?
No idea. Brothers and sisters sometimes have totally irrational loyalties to each other.
Well, it's completely beyond me. Why keep it a secret?
Well, maybe it was a bit of a reaction to you dragging her up in front of that shop manager like that. She probably thought he was going to have her up in court, as well as you dispensing your street justice. And maybe she thought Gary would get the same kind of treatment.
I thought it was teaching her a lesson.
Well, I think you went over the top. And while I seem to be putting you in your place, I think you were somewhat out of order, just telling us like that you wanted to stop the fostering procedure. Louise is part of that decision. She's not just an order for a new pair of curtains to be cancelled because you don't feel like changing the wallpaper after all.
You start thinking fostering means getting to know someone else. End up finding out how little you know about yourself.
I'm sorry it took so long to get to see you.
Well, I'm not sorry I was angry about it. I still feel I was right.
If I had have come round within the hour, you would have wanted me to get rid of the girl straight away. And all that basically would do would be to relieve you of the responsibility of throwing her out yourself. I don't think that's what you wanted, is it?
I honestly don't know anymore.
It might have taken me a week to get to see you, but you survived, didn't you? Did you have to force her to make those sandwiches?
I never have to force her to do anything except tell the truth.
I'm going to have to go now. Why don't we just let the paperwork eat its way through the system and then we'll see where we stand, eh?
Couldn't take Gary with you, could you? It's been as good as gold today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to talk to him properly if he's still around.
No problem.
Besides, he cleaned me out at pitch and toss.
Come on, Gary. I'll drop you off on the way home.
I thought you were going to tell him, you know.
Tell him what?
Nothing.
I feel terrible now.
Why?
Well, I haven't got you a present.
Don't be stupid.
I suppose I never think, do I?
Well, you've been working, and I had time off, and I think it takes someone in a particular frame of mind to go out and get involved in the trivial side of life. Hasn't exactly been your year for trivia, has it?
You know the hardest thing I found to do last year, after Mei Lin? The hardest thing was to make Jess laugh.
She laughs with me.
Oh, I know. The problem isn't hers, the problem's mine.
She'll survive. She's got a brilliant dad. Even if he could wear a red nose just a little more often.
And she has a brilliant Auntie Caroline. Even if she's not going to be around for much longer.
Has somebody been telling you something I don't know?
Or has somebody been reading between the lines?
And what does it say between the lines?
That Michael and Jessica have become an increasingly heavy burden for you. And you haven't been getting the credit you deserve for helping us through last year.
Tell me about myself, Michael. You seem to know more than I do.
Well, I have a house, a daughter, a relationship, a practice, a future. All here in Liverpool if I want them. All good reasons for keeping me here.
And a tree.
Oh, and a tree. You've got a miserable brother, a demanding niece, and a huge amount of talent which should be taking the world by storm.
Oh, keep going, keep going.
And no tree.
Do you want to see it from my side? I came here because I was needed. And I still think I'm needed. At least until you go to America.
If I go to America.
Well, anyway, That's enough to make me stay. It's not enough to make me want to stay. And I want to stay.
Why?
Because if I didn't, I would miss you. And I would miss Jessica 10 times as much.
So what's next for Caroline, then?
Well, after all that digging, a hot bath.
Would you like me to run it for you?
Yeah, that would be great.
Thanks for my present. I think if you were to leave, Jess and I would be very lonely without you. Thanks for staying.
Have you lost something, love?
Yeah. I've lost my rubber.
Mind if I come in?
I'm going back soon.
Mind if I sit down?
I can get the bus if you don't want to take me.
Mind if we talk?
Did you like your dad?
Think I did?
Did he like you?
I think he probably did. Not the sort of thing you ever ask your parents, is it?
When you lose your parents, though, however it happens, even if they take themselves away from you, don't you want to know if they liked you? If they really liked you?
There are lots of things people wish they said to their parents after they'd gone. Probably most of all the simplest things, like telling them how much you loved them, that kind of thing.
Did you ever tell yours you loved them when you were grown up?
Well, now you bring it up, I probably didn't, no.
You don't love me, do you?
Well, that's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Do you like me then? Just a bit? I know my pain. But just pretend I'm not for a minute.
Okay. Okay. Just from my point of view, what I think in here. I spent many years building a home and caring for my family. Some of those years were harder to bear than others, but in the end, I think I have a family I love and who are there when I need them. Might not always seem like that, but I suppose that's the truth of it.
And I'm not family, am I?
Each member of this family lives their own lives. They're welcome to make new friends and bring friends home. You came to our home with Anna. And I think you'll be the first to admit that a few problems came with you.
Only one. Me.
I didn't exactly welcome you with open arms, did I?
What do you want me to do?
Well, I want what Anna wants for you. And I think Anna wants you to be happy and enjoy our friendship. But I tell you as well what I don't want. I do not want any kind of rift developing in my family. I do not want one of us to be with you and one of us against you.
I think I know why I've been different from with you and Anna, you know.
Oh yes?
Well, she's more like a mum. And you're more like a granddad.
Did you enjoy being with Gary?
Yeah. It was great.
Oh, Hira, I'm glad you're back, love.
Sorry, love. I couldn't get away.
Frank, will you come here, please, before the kids get down?
Hey, I've already had one proposition today. Strictly business, though.
Frank, will you listen, please? Oh, Katie's been stealing money.
Katie?
Yeah, I saw it with my own eyes.
Who from?
Definitely from us. God knows if she's been taking it from anybody else.
How much?
80 pence.
Oh, Chris, hardly the Bank of England, love.
Frank, it doesn't matter how much. It's the way she did it. She was really devious about it. She even fiddled about with what was left so as to make it look as though nothing was missing.
You sure?
Oh, Frank, I saw it with my own eyes. God knows how long this has been going on. She's been really moody these last few weeks, and she's been getting very hard-faced.
What do you reckon?
I don't know, love. It could be anything. It could be gambling in the arcades. Well, it could be drugs.
Oh, Chris, come on. That's hardly the price of a comic these days, not a boatload of smack or something. She probably just borrowed it, love.
Frank, she is stealing money. And if you don't want to know what for, love, well, I do.
Following the release of the latest Home Office figures on female violent crime, Living Issues next looks at the reasons for this rapid rise.
Listen, Judith, I've got tuna in a tin. Is that all right?
Sorry, what?
A whale bladder steaks. That'll be all right.
Fine, yeah.
Hello, Melanie. Do you remember me?
Won't be long. Come on through. Sorry, I didn't mean to rush you upstairs.
Can I give you a hand?
Well, I've managed the tin opener pretty well. Scissored the corner off the packet of pasta without too much trouble, and the kettle's just coming to the boil. Tea or coffee?
Tea, please.
Oh, Melanie, is that for me? Oh, thank you. I didn't expect to see you today. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you at the open day on Saturday. You were very busy, weren't you? Oh, slow down. Oh, I'm sorry, am I going too fast? I can't sign.
But...
You lip read? Oh, what? I was saying you were very busy on Saturday at the open day. Sorry. Oh, girl, little... Oh, yes, that's my little girl. What? What's her name? Claire, love. Claire. As in chair.
But...
You got to go back. OK, bye, Melanie. Claire. Great. Bye-bye.
Starving.
I got those pictures back from France, you know. It's a brilliant one of you.
Oh, not the one with the plastic lobster.
No. Honestly, it's a really good one. Looking ultra cool in the shades and shorts.
There is no way I can look ultra cool in shorts.
Oh, I don't know.
How much had you had to drink?
There's nothing wrong with mixing business with pleasure. Look, there you are.
Oh, no. Judith, I want the negatives.
And that one. That was before you signed the contract. And this was after.
My God, don't show Keith, will you?
Would I?
Promise?
Cross my heart.
Mind you, turned out to be a pretty good producer of plonk, our friend with holes in his shoes and top-of-the-range Renault. Had no trouble laying his stuff off.
You only produced it. You have to take the credit for finding it, buying it, shipping it, targeting it, marketing it, and making a profit on it.
You carry on like this, and I could quite get to like you, Miss Bennison.
Now, mate, you slice, I'll spread. Now then, what's the worst that can happen?
We put in the tender and he gets turned down.
And?
And we don't get re-employed by the new firm who gets the franchise.
And we have to put up with Jeff Howard running around going, told you so, doing the boss's job for them. It'd be great if it was that simple, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Well, listen, mate. We've got to face up to this at some time. Might as well be now. Now, these figures you got down here, set against your costs, you're not going to be able to put the lowest tender in without shedding men, are you? Management used to call it laying them off.
Yeah, well, we might get it without. And anyway, if the tender goes to some fancy firm, there won't be any jobs for anybody. At least this way, some of us stay in work and in charge.
You'll still be putting men out of work.
I thought it was we a minute ago.
I'm just not used to putting lads out on the stones. I'm supposed to protect jobs.
Thought you were on our side.
I am. I'm trying to foresee the egg before it gets left on my face. Anyway, I've hardly started yet. Now, holiday pay and holiday cover, they're not down here. And training courses. And who gets to decide who gets left outside the gate? And who gets to sit around a director's table? Or is this club only open to those who can pay in now?
Well, what are we supposed to do? Lie down and pretend we don't exist? At least this way, we'll be getting redundancy money for doing nothing.
Hiya.
Hi, love.
It's only me.
Hey.
You all right?
Hey.
Don't I get one?
You can wait till I've had the pickles, you.
You're busy, aren't you?
Oh, trying to preserve our future, basically. Need to do a bit of forward planning, and Frank's gonna fix it for us.
Don't be saying that. You want me to fix the banister next?
Yeah, well, don't let me interrupt you. I'll be the candlelight, shall I?
So, what's the best that can happen?
Well, the best is that we get the franchise. And we start doing all the maintenance properly. This time next year, we're ready to expand. Start taking on work from the outside, taking on new men. And start counting the pounds instead of the pennies.
And then a little Christmas fairy comes down off the Christmas tree and starts handing out fat cigars and Christmas bonuses.
You were all aware of the risks, Frank.
Right, Mrs. Grant, sorry about that. At least someone sorted you with a cup of tea.
One of the girls did.
Oh, yes.
Melanie, black curly hair.
Oh, Melanie, yes, she's a nice kid.
I've met her before.
Oh, right, where was that?
She was part of this special inter-school sports day thing they were having where I was working. Well, where I still work.
Is that where you're on the catering staff?
Well, that sounds a bit grand. They used to call it being a dinner lady when I was at school. But yeah, and she invited me to the open day, and I'm really glad I came now. It was an eye-opener.
Well, I must say it's very encouraging to find somebody who's as interested in working with the deaf as you obviously are. You know, I tend to think a lot of people come along to these open days out of a sense of duty, well, flavoured with a heavy dose of pity. It's, very demanding work, you know.
Well, I'm not sure if being a dinner lady is the right training for what you need.
Oh, well, I'd say it's not a bad start. Provided you think you know what you're letting yourself in for, do you?
Well, no, not really.
Right. Well, care assistant, where to start? Shall I start at the grubby end and work through to the glitter?
I'm not frightened of getting my hands dirty.
Right. Dealing with minor injuries, sick kids, taking a sick child home if necessary, toilet supervision. Oh, well, that should have been down the grubby end. Cloakroom supervision, Well, that's making sure that those that still have strings in their gloves don't strangle each other. It's a bit different when you get to the older ones. Then you start getting into all the teenage stuff.
It sounds a bit like a cross between being a dinner lady and being a mother.
Well, it's pretty close. Only you get paid for this. Well, not very much, but you know.
Yeah, I know. I'll get my reward in heaven.
I suppose because we're dealing with such small numbers, we're more like a family than an institution. Now, what else? One or two of the kids need help with feeding, and the care assistants tend to get involved with that, and that can get a bit messy.
I've raised 4 of my own.
Well, speaking of feeding time, would you like to have some lunch with us? See how you like us?
Oh, yes, thanks very much.
Especially as I kept you waiting so long. Come on, then. It's fish pie today.
Oh, sounds lovely.
No, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, it'll be fine.
Just that I'm not very good at formal interviews and all that.
Neither am I. It'd be nice to be waited on for a change.
Can I ask you something?
It sounds very formal.
No, it's not really. I've just been thinking about extending my wardrobe. You know, smartening up some of the stuff I wear for work.
It sounds like a good idea.
Thank you.
Well, honestly, it's about time, isn't it, really? That grey suit of yours would look better on a dummy.
Judith?
Well, it would.
Well, since you're so clever, Miss Fashion House, I'm planning on going on a bit of a shopping blitz in the next week or so. You might like to come along. Give me the benefit of your vast experience.
And where are you planning on taking me to? In Paris?
Well, more like Chester, really. If you could spare the time.
I don't see why not. I think I might quite like that.
Yeah, Chris, we've had a conveyor belt going there.
When you said you were coming home for lunch, I didn't expect to see Lenny here as well.
It was murder trying to get anything done at work, love. You didn't mind, did you?
No, of course I don't mind. Just don't let him set up any more jobs on the side we've got to pay through the nose for, all right?
Honestly, never again. This is work, this.
I can't eat that. It's a doorstep.
Hey, I better be getting back soon, Frank.
Yeah, mate. Another shiny for you.
Are you having one, love?
I had something at work, thanks, Lenny. I'm fine.
Well, filling a gap, I suppose.
So, you thinking of putting a tender in for when they sell the maintenance shopper for you, Lenny?
Certainly are.
How's it going, love?
You know, a bit nerve-wracking. I don't know how these fellas in the city do it, you know, talking these millions of pounds every day.
It's a different world, isn't it, Lenny? So have you got someone who's clued up on all the financial stuff, then?
Oh, yeah. We're dead lucky having Alan. He used to be assistant treasurer down the sports club. Hey, do you mind if I go and check out the plumbing?
Upstairs, straight ahead. As if you didn't know.
I'm not used to these business lunches. A couple of pints of Chateau Brook bonds go straight to your boots, doesn't it?
Alan sounds impressive. Assistant treasurer at the sports club.
Doesn't sound brilliant, does it?
Mm-hmm. What are they expecting you to do for them?
Just provide a union backup, you know.
And that's all?
Well, I think as soon as this bid goes in, they want my name down as one of the managers.
You mean like an honorary position?
No, like a full-time manager.
Poacher-turned gamekeeper?
Well, I think I'll be more like a worker director than a manager, you know. Still, it's a desk job, isn't it? It's what we've always wanted.
Mm. But wouldn't a desk job with a bit of security be a better bet, eh?
You know why they want me, don't you? Because it was my idea in the first place. I kept getting on at Len for sitting back and letting his lads get pushed around. So, as soon as they stand up to be counted, they go and count me in.
Yeah. And they can just as soon count you out.
Oh, no. When did you take that one?
When you were challenging Marcel to that blind tasting competition, fool that you were.
Less of the fool you. That, you may learn as you become more experienced, was a business strategy. I was deliberately going to let him win to give him the sense of being one up on us.
Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, you've failed miserably.
On purpose.
Yeah. Ooh, do you remember that thunderstorm?
Well, the wettest day of the year on our afternoon off, thank you very much, yes.
23A. Oh, you look like the man from Atlantis in 26A. Do you want one of those as well?
No, I told you I want 23A for posterity and the rest to burn.
Do you mind? There's some of me in there as well, you know.
Well, I'll just have to be airbrushed out of your history then, won't I? Oh, yes. Don't seem to remember this T-shirt coming back to me from she who borrowed it for a rain hat.
I've been keeping it hidden under my pillow, that's why.
Look like Les Dawson with that on your head.
Well, thank you very much.
Look like his mother-in-law in that one.
Right, for that 26A goes on the office wall.
And for that you wash up.
Hey, thanks for the scram, Chrissy. We'll have to use this greasy again, eh, Frank?
Yeah, just don't you forget to put the tip in the saucer on the way out, eh?
Hey, well, come ahead, Frank. Get into gear.
Just give us a minute, Len, all right?
There was another 22 pence gone this morning, love.
Well, I've had a word with our Jeff. Told him to keep his eye out for her at school. See if we can find out what's going on.
Is there anything else we can do, do you think?
Not unless you confront her about it.
Oh, I don't want to do that. She might clam up. She'll clam up anyway if she finds out Jeff's spying on her.
He's not spying on her. Just hoping she isn't too good at the moment and to make sure she gets home all right.
So we just play it by ear, then?
Yeah. Have you had a look in her room for anything?
Oh, I don't like doing that. It feels like betraying them if you go around sneaking behind their backs.
You're doing what's best for her, though, love.
Yeah, I suppose so. Frank, look, you're not going to get overcommitted with this work thing, are you? Because if we've got our Katie putting us through the hoops, I think both of us should be around to handle it, eh?
Strictly advisory capacity.
Will you repeat that in front of witnesses?
Do you know what the worst thing is, Chris? I'm positive I can see where he's going wrong with his figures. But it's dead hard telling him. I reckon to bring the cost into what they're going to tender for, they're going to have to lay off at least 6 men for a start.
Yeah, but you don't have to get involved in all of that, do you?
Honestly, strictly arm's length. Anyway, I'm a shop steward, not a boss. You're the boss.
I'll see you later.
Will you be all right with those dishes there, boss?
You're sacked.
Ha!
Do you want to see these references at all? Well, I suppose so. Someone's gone to the trouble of writing them. Oh, an open university course. Yeah. The Age of Enlightenment. We could do with some of that round here sometime. Well, sounds a bit beyond me. Well, that's what I thought when I started. Well, it can't be easy, starting up studying again when, well, you know, when you've raised a family and so on. When you're getting on, you mean? I got a lot of encouragement from watching my elder daughter. I kept thinking, if I'd gone to university, my life would have been a lot different. Well, your tutor speaks very highly of you. Oh, these are excellent. No reason why they shouldn't be, really, is there? Come on, I'll show you around. How long have you been learning sign language now? I've only just started, actually. Have you started with BSL? Well, that's something I was going to ask you about. Come on, then.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Have you had any problems lately with the Chateau Le Mans?
Why do you ask that?
It's just I seem to have been picking up 1 or 2 sour responses on the grapevine.
Do you know where I left my bag on the table?
Do you need it?
There's something in it you might find interesting. Open it.
Do you mind?
No, open it.
This your equivalent of a hip flask, is it? Chateau Le Mans.
You got a corkscrew?
Oh, silly question.
Try it.
Well, I'm not too sure about this, you know, Judith. You know, lunchtime drinking. Get a taste for it. Inhibitions gone to the wind. We might end up seriously letting our hair down and falling asleep in front of the fire.
I doubt it when you've tasted it.
You didn't have a cold when you sampled this one, did you?
Wait till you taste it. What do you think?
Well, it's rough for the price.
I'd say it's rough, full stop.
How did you let this stuff slip through?
Well, that's not the stuff I tasted at the vineyard. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not the stuff that should be in that bottle.
You're sure?
Well, that's why I brought a bottle here today. I wanted your opinion before Keith's.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If Keith had tasted that, he wouldn't have got as far as the sink.
Well, I definitely think that one of the problems with starting from scratch is getting to grips with all the different methods we use every day. I mean, most adult deaf use BSL, and that has its own peculiar syntax. Well, that's the classic film, you, me, go. We tend to teach using signed English, and we might often use sign-supported English. And, of course, amongst themselves, the kids develop their own secret signs and shorthands, etc.
I feel stupid asking this, but how long do you think it'll take me to learn?
Well, I honestly couldn't say. Think about your own language. Try and work out how long it took you to learn that. Or are you still learning?
Very definitely.
Well, there are new words coming into the language every day. We had a schools visit from some sixth formers, came to help us with our open day, and, oh, you might have seen them about. They were doing face painting and things.
Don't remind me. I had to drag my 5-year-old around the shops with the purple cat face for the rest of the day.
Well, anyway, they got on great with our kids, even though they couldn't sign, and they started trying to learn bits and pieces. Well, I had to explain there wasn't an immediate way of calling someone a divvy in signing.
I bet they found their own version.
Oh, and rude, believe me.
It all sounds very daunting.
Well, so does everything until you start, doesn't it? I suppose the thing to remember is that we always get across what we're trying to say, and I think that's because we're a total communication school. Well, that means exactly what it sounds as if it means. I mean, we speak, we write, we sign, we use body language, facial expression, lip patterns. We get the kids the best hearing aids we can. We sometimes end up on the floor in hysterics trying to act out the impossible.
There's hope for me, then.
Oh, there's hope for all of us. If you want to, you'll cope. I'm sure you will. You've got a lot of the right ideas about you already, and you're interested, and that gives you a head start. No, I'm sure you do well. So, are there any final questions, or have I put you off for life?
Well, I was just wondering if you thought I might be too old to start.
Oh, no, age wouldn't come into it. No, it's your attitude and commitment that we want, not your birth certificate.
Well, I won't take any more of your time up, then.
It'll be a week or so before you're here officially. Is that OK?
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Right. Bye, then.
Bye, thanks.
I know there might be some drop in quality during the transportation. I know all of that. And I know there might be some slight difference from the sample, but this is completely different.
Well, if this stuff was as good as you say it was originally, there's no way it would have deteriorated to this extent.
Tasting it really carefully, I would make an educated guess that there's some Chateau Mall in there, but it's been mixed with something from a real bargain basement.
Well, someone's going to have to put Keith in the picture about this. Do you want me to have a quiet word?
Do we have to tell him at this stage?
Or what? Wait till the complaints start flooding in?
Wait until I've had a chance to find out what's been going wrong. I'm still pretty much the new girl in the firm's eyes, and I don't want them thinking they've taken on a buyer with no taste.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if there's two of us in the know about the problem, we can always say that we were just getting on with sorting it out, saving them the hassle.
The chance it was just a fault in the delivery.
Or in the bottling.
I can't believe it would have happened in the vineyard.
Listen, if we did go shopping together in Chester, I could drop into the bottling plant on the way. But if PR always goes down well.
Do you mind? Well, I can try and sort it out on my own otherwise.
Let's just see what happens in the next week or so. I doubt if we can keep it to ourselves much longer anyway.
Keith's going to have to find out at some stage, I suppose.
We'll just have to make sure it's all sorted out before he does.
He'd sack me, I'm sure of it.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll manage.
Did you do that? Did you do it, Melanie? It's very clever. I might have a job here soon. I might have a job here soon. I might be working here. I might be work. I might work. I work here. Yes. Yes. Well, one day soon, hopefully. And I'm going. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Come on, brain dead.
Can't.
I'm not waiting all day for you.
Will you go on now, catch up on the corner?
Come on, just come now.
I can't. I'm waiting for Carla.
We'll see you tomorrow.
I can't.
Can't do nothing, can you?
hotel, that's all I could get, all right?
St James's Hospital is never quiet. We follow the day-to-day running of this real-life drama next in Jimmy's.
Don't let me go near Chester again. Haven't spent so much money on myself in years.
You suit smart clothes.
Well, it's my breeding. You'd better stay in the car, Judith. If there is any funny business going on here, you'd be as well to keep out of it.
Is it fun to be so masculine and domineering?
Yes. Oh, and if I'm not out in half an hour, send in lots of black coffee, all right?
I'm saying work it out, that's all. Just write it down, pros and cons. If you want to be a manager, Frank, well, manage.
I hate that. Writing things down. Sometimes you just gotta go with your feelings, Chris.
We can't lose our heads.
Take a chance.
We've got the mortgage and the rates and the electricity.
Everyone's got those.
Not everybody can pay them. People do default, you know.
We won't do anything stupid.
With 3 kids, we can't afford to do anything stupid.
Have a look around you, Chris. We took a chance to get this far, love.
What chances has Lenny taken, eh? You don't know what his debts are. He could owe everybody.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Our gains so far have included extra work for me and £1,200 worth of dry rot.
Oh, no, not the dry rot again.
Frank, it exists. It's a reality.
Hiya.
Hi, love.
Thanks for seeing me at short notice, Mr. Miller.
Not at all. Have you only had the one complaint?
Up to now, yes, but we have delivered to several other outlets, so it's possible that more wine may have to be replaced.
Well, in my experience, if something's wrong, complaints tend to come in very quickly.
Uh-huh.
Well, we haven't received any irate phone calls, so it seems to boil down to that one establishment.
It's a new customer, of course. He may not be able to tell a Bordeaux from a bottle of bleach, but he is genuinely dissatisfied, and, well, you know what it's like with a new account. You want to hang on to it.
Of course, business is business. I take it you've replaced the stock?
Yes, the new cases are on their way to him now. It's not a vast quantity, but we can't afford to give the stuff away.
If it's any help, I could show you around our premises, take you through the different processes. I'm sure you won't find anything amiss. Our standards are very high. They have to be. Everything's checked and double-checked, and if there was anything wrong, I'd know about it. There you go. These are the documents you wanted to see.
Thanks.
These travel with the wine from the chateau.
And the wine is stored in containers before it leaves?
Yes, that's the responsibility of the vineyards. The seals are checked by the French customs at Cherbourg, as the stamp, and then again at Southampton. If there was any sign of tampering, it'd be picked up immediately. A consignment wouldn't be allowed through.
And what happens after Southampton?
Comes straight here to the plant.
None of it's delivered en route?
Nope, straight here. Seals checked again. There's the documentation.
So if something had gone wrong, it would have to have been in France, at the chateau?
Possibly, but we only deal with reputable people. I can't overemphasize that.
Come on, we're supposed to be doing this.
I don't play those games.
Look as if you are.
What for? To keep him happy?
Yeah. Throw the dice. 3. I'm going to be made towards court.
So what?
So nothing.
What you still come here for?
I like it.
He doesn't want you. You heard what he said last week. He's not going to foster you.
He is. It'll be all right when Anna comes back.
It's better than Chadwick House. I can see you when I want then.
You can't. They've got eyes everywhere.
You're not the only one there, you know. They can't watch you all the time. You can sneak out.
I want to stay here, though.
Do you really want to be fostered?
Yeah, I do.
They treat you like a kid.
No, they don't.
Do this, do that.
I like it.
He's sick of you. He's fed up of you running away and telling lies and robbing.
I don't rob.
I'll have a place of my own soon.
Oh, yeah?
I will. Social services kick you out when you're 18, no matter what.
I like this house.
I've seen better.
What house do you mean? You're not on me square. The money isn't mine.
That is.
Cleanliness is very impressive.
It has to be. Any wine deteriorates if it's not handled properly. It stops being the responsibility of the producer once the British Customs have put their seal on it. Then it's up to us to transport it correctly, decant it into these vats, and bottle it. If we let air or bacteria in before we send it on to you, well, we're cutting our own throats.
So you can't afford any slip-ups?
No. Look, you've obviously got a problem with one consignment of wine. For all I know, the restaurant could have put it in the oven for an hour before they served it. Now, if your complaint's from one outlet only, then you'd be better advised to inspect their premises, not ours.
I'm not accusing you of incompetence, Mr. Miller.
Now, I know you're not, but I'd say wait and see. Look, this is the container lorry with the 4 compartments that the wine arrives in. You can have a look at the seals. Oh, well, they're all broken now, of course. The enologist has taken samples and tested for quality and additives and God knows what. Nothing inferior would get past him.
Would he sample all 4 compartments?
Yeah.
What if he was in a hurry?
We have to test.
And the enologist's word is law?
Yes, it is.
You're as bad as our Katie. She wouldn't eat either.
I'm not hungry. Even if I was to say so, you've just had to put me off.
Well, if it upsets you that much, clear the table.
You clear it. I'm not touching it.
Sammy, that's enough.
Yeah, well, I don't see why you should make his sandwiches and I should clear his dinner.
I'll tell you why. Because in half an hour I'll be at work. And that means driving £100,000 worth of gear up and down a motorway, on time, in thick traffic, roadworks, queues. And I'm doing that to put clothes on your back and food in your mouth.
Oh, look, I don't want to lecture. I'm getting up at school.
Clear the table.
No.
Sammy, I am warning you. Just one more word.
And what?
Chris, leave it, love. It's not worth it. Are my sarnies ready?
Yes, they're there.
Ta.
You take yourself off to school, Sammy. I'll speak to you when you get home.
I'm not going to school.
What do you mean?
I don't have to go in this afternoon.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I know my timetable.
Are you going to see Owen?
I might.
You do want to go and see him, don't you?
Yes, I want to go and see him.
This afternoon?
She's got school this afternoon.
I'll go tonight then.
Well, I'm not having you sitting around here all day.
I've got an essay to write.
Do it in school.
It's too noisy and it's full of kids.
Well, we've had enough of you acting the adult.
Look, you want me in school so you know where I am. You don't trust me to stay in the house by myself. Well, I'll be all right. You know, Owen won't be coming round.
Kept my temper with you long enough.
Yeah, well, don't take it out on me because you two are having a row.
Now, I'm telling you, you go to school this afternoon and you'll see Owen tonight.
You take Katie back in with you.
I'm not going back with her. Oh, I'll go back now.
Oh, Sammy.
Oh, sorry, Caroline. Mum, it's Caroline.
Come in, Caroline.
Sammy? Sammy?
Hello, Chrissy, Frank. Actually, it was Sammy I really wanted, but I can see she's in a hurry.
Why's our Sammy gone back so early? Wanted to go with her.
We'll catch her up then.
She won't want me.
I'll drop you off, love.
Oh, will you, Dad?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Caroline. Now, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I just wondered if Sammy or Katie would like these earrings, that's all.
Oh, thanks very much. Oh, they're lovely.
They're old stock. They're from Hong Kong.
Well, can't you sell them?
Oh, yeah, I could. But I'm going to be marketing my own designs from now on. Nobody else's.
Oh, well, Sammy would be delighted. She'd love these.
Well, I've been selling them for quite some time.
Katie, come and look at these, love.
I'll be working in semi-precious stones now.
Any Rolex watches there?
Off you go, Frank. Safe trip, love.
Could I have these, Mum?
Yeah, all right, go on, you can take them. Hurry up, your dad's waiting.
He strikes me as an honest man, that's all.
Yeah, but if he was involved in something dishonest, he wouldn't come right out and tell you, would he?
Well, don't you have any faith in my interrogation techniques?
I've got faith in all your techniques. Well, those that I've come across so far.
I just can't make it out. Everything there is just how it should be. The place reeked of cleanliness and efficiency. Everyone I met was friendly and open.
You didn't speak to all the staff, though.
No.
You didn't meet the drivers.
Well, they're driving on the continent, half of them.
And you didn't meet the managing director.
No. Something's not right.
Hello, Tracy.
Hiya. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
No, not at all. Come in.
Thanks. I won't keep you long.
Well, I'm not in any hurry. I've been waiting for Michael. He was due home ages ago.
Oh, well, that's brothers for you. They turn up when they feel like it.
Yeah, we'll have to swap notes sometime.
I'd rather swap brothers, thanks.
Well, at the moment, so would I. But please, sit down.
Thanks. I wasn't sure if I should just come over. I was going to phone first, but... Well, it seems a bit stupid, really. It's professional, you see.
Is it Michael you want?
Oh, no, I'm not sick. I feel great. I mean, your profession.
Oh, fine.
Well, my boss from where I work, Anthony, he sent me... He wants to get new photographs done for the salon, and he wants the models to wear really smart earrings and stuff. He said I could choose them, and when I told him about you, he said I should come and see what you've got.
What type of thing does he have in mind?
Well, we do sell jewellery at the salon, but it's junk, really. I think he wants something a bit more classy.
I could show you my designs. I haven't got much in stock, but I can make them up.
That'd be great.
They are a bit expensive.
It's all right. He's got money. It's a good salon, actually. I mean, it's not a backstreet place, you know. I think you'd go there yourself.
OK. Is it just earrings?
And necklaces and hair ornaments.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to do those too. Look, I've been out selling these all morning. The ones with the tick by them have already been ordered, and all my designs are exclusive to the customer. So if you like one that's been ticked, I'd be happy to make you up something similar, but not exactly the same.
These are lovely. Do you design all these yourself?
Yes, when I get the time.
Must be very artistic.
Well, it's marketing them that's the problem. I've done well this morning, but it's not always like that.
Oh, you should come and see Anthony, you know. We could sell them in the salon. Make a change from cheap plastic ones. Like bin lids off of them.
Would he really be interested?
Yeah. He wants to move the place more at market. Should see the prices we charge now, though. I mean, you've got to be a millionaire to have a blow dry. The jewellery's dead cheap, though.
I used to deal in cheap stuff, but not anymore.
Thanks, Mr. Collins. That was very nice.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Your sister's becoming a very good cook.
I'll help her wash up.
That's very kind of you, Gary. Well, with lunch being so late, I could do with getting on with some work. Next time you come, we'll have to organise ourselves a bit better.
Yeah.
Now, if you want me, Louise, you know where I am.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Collins, no. Mr. Collins, 3 bags full, Mr. Collins.
It's what you sound like.
No, I don't.
It's a wonder you haven't changed your name to one. Did you try your clothes on?
Carl, can I? She took them with her.
Oh, isn't she coming back then?
Of course she is.
I bet she's fed up with you.
She isn't. Her mother's sick.
She's been sick a long time.
And what would you know about it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, you won't.
I'm not going to break a rotten dishes, you know.
That's right. You're not.
Just like Annie.
Shut it.
If she thought anything of you, she'd come back to see how you are.
Look, her mother's sick. She phones me.
I bet she does.
She does.
She didn't want you when you went up there, though, did she? Soon got shut here.
She didn't. She wanted me to stay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go up there again.
She won't have you. She's not bothered.
She will. She likes me.
She's a snob.
She's all right.
She laughs at you behind your back.
She doesn't. And how would you know she did?
I can tell. Anyone can tell.
She likes me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember that kiss tonight. I've got to go, see you. There's something wrong with our Katie.
Get a fix then.
Bagger's after her.
Go for Bagger.
Listen, will you? They're getting money off her. She's in trouble.
Yeah, well, she's not the only one.
Well, what do you mean?
I've got an inquest to attend.
An inquest?
Yeah, you know, for dead people.
Well, listen, will you?
Listen, will you? Listen,
Oh,
will you?
listen.
You're not Harry's pathetic.
Our Katie's giving Bagger money. I've seen her with her before.
I saw her with them before.
Oh, shut up, will you, Sam?
Look, I don't want to talk to you. It's you who wants to talk to me.
Look, she's robbing money. She is.
She might be stealing money, Jack, but she's not robbing it.
Oh, just that English average.
Yeah, well, at least I don't hide in the toilet.
I go to all my lessons.
So why are you so thick then?
I'm not thick. You're thick. You're the thickest person in the school. You're getting stolen cars. You go with lads you don't even know. You're thick, not me.
Jeff, what's the matter with her then?
I've been worried.
I've been arguing all morning.
I called to practice, but you were always engaged.
You couldn't have spoken to me anyway. I was in a conference, having a row.
Well, I wanted to know if you could pick up Jessica from school. I'd arranged some meetings, but it doesn't matter now because I've had to cancel them.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't pick it up anyway. I've got to go back.
Isn't this your early finish?
It was.
Do all the other doctors work as hard?
At the moment, yes.
You need your rest, Michael. You'll make yourself ill.
I'm sorry about the meetings. We'll be able to rearrange them.
They already rearranged. I'll make you something to eat in a minute.
I presume no new supplies have arrived.
No, of course not, and they won't. The situation isn't going to change.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Well, I'm the one they should be railing against.
The Chinese don't rail. Perhaps they should.
You should be able to have your own livelihood without interruption. You keep on with your own designs. What Alison and I do oughtn't to affect you.
I'll find a way around it.
Give us your bag.
No.
Go on. Give us it.
No.
I'll take it out for you.
I'll take it myself. I told you I didn't have any money.
He's mad at me, isn't he?
No more than usual.
It's because he had a row with old Gary. He went back early.
What was the row about?
Nothing. Anyway, I'm going myself in a minute.
Well, won't you wait and say goodbye to Dad? He won't be long. Just gone to get some milk.
He's glad to see the back of me.
It's not easy for him, Louise. Do you want a coffee?
He doesn't want me here. He never did.
This is his house, you know. And you invited yourself in. Don't forget that.
He'll never foster me, will he? Especially now.
There's nothing any of us can do at the moment. Dad just needs time to think about it. That's why it's been put on ice for a while. Anyway, with Mum up in Kendal...
I only like it when she's here.
If you're going to be fostered, you're going to have to learn to live with all of us. We never found it easy to live with each other. Ah, black coffee till Dad gets back.
He still doesn't trust me.
You've got to be patient with people. And I think he's been more patient with you than you have with him.
I tried to make him like me.
Well, don't try. Let him make up his own mind.
Do you like me, though?
Yes, but this isn't my house. I haven't always lived here, and no doubt sometime in the future I'll move away again.
When you get married?
When I do whatever I want to do.
You're home early. What have you been buying? Clothes?
Isn't that my business?
I'll get me coat.
Wait for Dad. Don't run off every time. I never found him easy to get on with. But I understand him now. A lot better than I used to, anyway. Look, I'll have a word with him. He listens to me. But don't run off. Good.
She must be taking it. You're not, are you?
No, no.
Will you ask her about Bagger?
You ask her?
We'll both ask her.
All right.
Hey, Bagger, she's a smelly cow.
I'll sort it out. I'll tell Miss Donovan.
Oh, don't do that soft, and don't tell me Mum and Dad either.
Oh, so it's just you and me, eh? Just you and me, all on our own. We'll see off Bagger and that rat face she goes round with.
Yeah?
How?
I don't know. I'll think of something, though.
Hiya. Hiya.
Not Katie with you? No.
Oh, I thought you'd be home by now.
We're all at each other's throats. John Holmes, the senior partner, wants to go full steam ahead into opting for a budget. He sees himself as an accountant.
Well, he must have his reasons.
Well, look, take hip replacements. An operation costs about £2,500. A cataract operation costs about £350. So when we have to account for our budgets, we'll have to decide whether to recommend 1 hip replacement or 8 cataract operations. Is it best to help 1 person or 8 people?
That's nothing new, Michael. The world's been struggling with that for centuries.
Caroline.
Jessica only has 3 relatives in England, you, me, and Dad.
I don't want to talk about this now.
Family ties are important, Michael.
Jess can see her granddad anytime she likes.
Someone has to take her.
He can come here.
He won't come here, and you won't go there.
I'm not the one who split the family.
Aren't you?
What about all our wonderful relatives in Hong Kong? Not much family solidarity there.
Depends on which way you look at it.
Don't pretend you agree with them.
I don't agree with them, but at least they're facing the situation.
And I'm not.
A child is being deprived of seeing her grandfather because it makes her daddy angry.
It doesn't make me angry. It makes me sad.
Are you sure you can't pick up Jess from school today? She's at friends for tea.
I've got to go back and rally the other partners. Present a united front.
At work, if not at home.
Caroline, I don't think you're seeing things.
The way that you see them? No, I'm not.
I'm going home. I don't want these. I've told you what I want. I want money. Cash. I haven't got any. You'll have to get some. I can't. You know what'll happen then. Come on.
Has the sunshine pill Prozac lightened women's lives or created a culture of drug dependency? Living Issues, next.